I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and these are 8 board games to try if you like Minecraft. This is part of an ongoing series I do of 8 games to try if you like this board game. Usually it's with a board game. Today we're doing a video game, we're doing Minecraft. And that's because the Minecraft movie just came out, and yes, I will go see it. I don't care how bad it is, but I do have 4 kids who love Minecraft, and I don't think there's a world in which I could not see that movie with them and still be considered a half-decent father. So, you know, it's a sacrifice. Not all heroes wear capes and all that. But with that said, these are 8 board games to try if you like the video game Minecraft. I will start by saying I am not including any Minecraft board games in this video, even though there are a few semi-decent ones. And the reason for that is because go ahead and search. Go to Board Game Geek and search Minecraft, pull up a few of those, see which ones intrigue you the more than others, because some are a little decent, some are a little less so. But if you're just here for the theme, those are some easy ones to try out. These are going to be moving outside of that. These are going to be going through 8 recommendations I have of board games that you might find compelling if you enjoy various aspects of Minecraft, the video game. I will be going through these in order of what I feel is the least to most complex. I think some of these might be perfect fit for, you know, a 7-year-old child who likes Minecraft. Some of these might be a perfect fit for a 10-year-old child who loves Minecraft, and some of these will be a perfect fit for an adult who loves Minecraft, or possibly a 13, 14-year-old. Any number of ranges. We're going to be going through these in order of complexity. Starting off with my number 1, which is Castles of Caladale. Castle of Caladale is arguably the least well-known game on this list. I say arguably, not sure, but arguably the least well-known on this list, but it has a simple kind of building out system combined with tile matching that does kind of lean into that building sense. That's that feeling of accomplishment you get when you are building things in the Minecraft video game. Castle of Caladale has you gathering various tiles. The tiles have to go into your personal board, and you have to match the various sides. You're trying to match the sides while trying to get these flags in order to score as many points as you build out your structure. It is fun in the sense of watching things build out. It's fun to try to make sure you match all these tiles together. It has that sort of building feeling that Minecraft the video game does, but in easily the lightest version of any of the other games we're going to cover today. Coming in at number 2, we have Barenpark. Barenpark over here on this table is a game of building polyominoes into a park. All you're doing in this game is you gather various polyomino pieces. If you don't know what a polyomino piece is, think Tetris. Tetris the video game, another video game. You know those little sliding pieces of various shapes that you have to contort to put together in a various patterns? Well, that's what polyominoes are, and Barenpark is not just one of my favorite polyomino games, but it's also one of the most accessible, and it very much leans into that sense of satisfaction you have of building things. Now, there are many polyomino games you can try. I just tried to include only one on this list, but there's a whole world of polyomino games to explore, and I do think all of them kind of fit into that same sense of satisfaction of building that Minecraft delivers on. In the case of Barenpark, you are trying to build out a park for bears. You're gathering various polyominoes, you're sliding them onto your board, you have that sense of everything fitting together perfectly, and then you gather various points for the tiles you place, for the statues that go into your park, little bear statues and all that, as well as for fulfilling various goals, which kind of triggers the sense of structure, of order, of what you're trying to draft and why as you place it into your park. It's very easy to play with both young children, and it scales up nicely, and it's a game that I very much enjoy myself. It kind of works for everyone at all ages. That's Barenpark. Coming in number 3, we have Carcassone. This is kind of leading into the same thing that Castle of Caladale did, but in a slightly different format, and I felt it was worth including both, especially because Carcassone is nearly infinitely expandable. If you're someone who likes mods in Minecraft, if you like that sense of like, okay, great, we got the base game, but can I get all these other things? Can I get all these accomplishment packs and these little things that make all the zombie mods drop heads, or any of the various things you can do in Minecraft? Carcassone is going to feed into both the general feeling of building and accomplishment that you have, while also feeding into that infinite expandability with so many variations that will mix up the experience you are having. You see, in Carcassone, the base game you have is basically laying tiles down to build various things on a terrain board. And again, you're going to have that sense of building things that makes Minecraft very satisfying. You'll build a road, you have to connect to another road, you start building a castle, you have to complete the castle. You are working on a shared landscape, but you are not working with shared goals. You're trying to do your own thing better than the other players as you build everything out. That's the basic idea of the game. There's a lot more complexity to it, but the basic idea is build things, place your own little meeple, this little piece onto the board, and score the things that you have built on the shared landscape. Expansions will add a ton of things. So again, if you like that mod aspect, if you want to get something that's going to give you that general sense of building out a beautiful looking board, while scoring competitively. You'll also have the expansions giving you a ton of ways to mix up that experience, and by a ton of ways, I mean like I have like 10 of them in this box over here, lots of stuff crammed in here, but there are so many expansions as well as standalone alternate games in the Carcassone universe. Coming in at number 4, we have Rolling Heights. Now, Rolling Heights is where we're going to start going 3D. We haven't yet gone 3D with anything on this table, although this is the first of multiple games that will be leaning into that 3D aspect that Minecraft does so well. In the case of Rolling Heights, you're building up buildings. You have a board, you're trying to get a little bit of you're rolling meeples, which first of all is fun to begin with. And meeples, again, is little pieces that look like little people, kind of. They're made of plastic, you roll them into a box, and depending on how they land, you're going to be able to earn building materials. Building materials, it's going to be a Minecraft thing over there. You're going to take those building materials, you're going to feed them into these buildings you're developing that will build out a large 3D landscape. There's an element of area control going on in the game, there's elements of trying to score various goals that you're going to have. Lots of ways you can score points, but ultimately, you are rolling meeples, which is so satisfying even on its own, and then you're using those to build up a giant 3D city, and then yes, if you have the little Godzilla mini expansion, you can tear it all down at the end as a separate mini game and watch your city fall apart. It is more fun than it has any right to be. And by that I mean both Rolling Heights as well as the little Godzilla mini expansion. Coming at number 5, we have a game that is not yet available. In fact, there's going to be a few games we're going to reference here that are not yet available, but you certainly can try to get your hands on them as soon as they are. The first one over here, and again, our 5th game on the table is going to be, well, not on the table, but the 5th game we're talking about is Terraria. Now, many of you Minecraft lovers out there have heard of Terraria. What you may not have heard of is that there is a Terraria board game as well. You see, I didn't include the Minecraft board games. I felt that was an easy search, but you may not have even known to search for a Terraria board game. So if you like Minecraft in 2D, aka Terraria, if you want to check out a Terraria board game, there's one coming out that is trying to capture the feeling of the video game experience, but on the tabletop. Again, something that might well be of interest, and I do think it's also a different caliber of game relative to the other Minecraft games out there. More of the Minecraft games that currently exist do feed a bit more into the mass market style of this, lending itself into games that are more accessible, possibly a little less rewarding, versus Terraria is catering a little bit more to the gamer market in the sense that it's trying to really be a more enjoyable, more rewarding experience. Definitely one that is worth checking out. Coming in at number 6, we have another game that you can't get yet, but oh my gosh, this definitely has so many elements of Minecraft in it, and that is Stonesaga. You see, Stonesaga has crafting. It has crafting and survival, which are elements that you're going to find in Minecraft, both the survival aspect, the various combats and fights you'll have to engage with, the fact that you're kind of living and breathing in a world that is not inherently threatening, but there are threats within that world, but then there's the crafting element. If you've ever sat down and played through Minecraft and had that sense of mystery as you combine various ingredients to try to figure out what it is you can actually build by combining certain things in various shapes before you figure out how to actually search it all up. But if you do like that sense of enjoyment, Stonesaga is going to have that, where you try to combine various things you find in the game. You're like, oh, we have a stick, we have a stone, look at that, we just crafted a spear. You're going to have that sense of crafting that can make Minecraft incredibly enjoyable. You have to source these materials, find these materials, and then build all these things. It's a game that's not yet available. You could have crowdfunded the game in the past. You may still be able to pre-order it or late pledge it, but if not, you can wait. It will eventually show up in retail, and you can check it out there. But if you like the crafting elements in Minecraft, Stonesaga will definitely hit on those notes. Next up, we have possibly the most Minecrafty game on the table in terms of the building and enjoyable experience there. We still have one more to go after this, but our number 7 is going to be Heroscape. Heroscape was originally a Hasbro title that Renegade recently brought back, so it is an imprint game you can get your hands on, but it's going to have an entire combat system, which is not why it's here. The combat system is a game, and it's a game that's fun, and you're going to be able to, roll dice and attack each other and build these units and have all these stats and all these things going on in the game. There's a whole combat threshold going on. That's not why it's here. The reason it's here is because there's an entire terrain building element to the game that anyone who likes the sense of the terrain landscapes you're building up and the crafting you have of a world to engage in Minecraft, you're going to have that in Heroscape as well. Just Google Heroscape and just search some of the various constructions that people have done through the massive amounts of tiles you need. That is a caveat. You can possibly need a lot of tiles, but it's certainly a system that will give you a game while also allowing you to build the world that you're playing that game on, and will it'll really appeal to those who are looking for that kind of construction, that creative outlet that Minecraft gives you. I will shout out to another game as well that's kind of similar to Heroscape, while also being different, but if you like the idea of the tiling system, also check out Source. That's another game that was available to back at one point, but now you can go ahead and just wait for it to show up, and it will be arriving sooner or later, I believe. But Source also has that tiling system and that construction system with an entirely different game on top of it. Both are kind of leaning into the same reason why they're here, so check out Heroscape or Source for games that give you that sense of building you're going to have in a Minecraft ecosystem. And then lastly, we have Seventh Continent. This is definitely not for the faint of heart as far as the experience goes. It's going to be the most engaging as far as the amount of things you have to do to learn to survive, but it's effectively a solo exploration and survival game. You can play it multiplayer, but it works well as a solo experience too, and it's one in which you're basically stranded on this island and you're trying to survive, which means you have to find various things in terms of food, you have to explore, so it really has that survival aspect, it really has that exploration aspect, and then similar to Stonesaga, it has that crafting aspect. If you like the idea of finding various materials and then being able to construct them into tools and things that you can go ahead and survive in different ways, whether it's a weapon, whether it's building a raft, whatever it is you're doing, you are trying to survive and craft your way out of this survival game while also figuring out what actually happened in any particular curse. The scenarios you play are called curses that you engage with. And that's your video over here. We have 8 games to check out, I guess 9 if you count that Source throw-in, but 8 games to check out that might be worth paying attention to or seeing if they're for you if you are someone that has enjoyed Minecraft. All of these have elements of construction, of watching something build and develop, of whether it's a 3D structure, whether it's a 2D structure, whether it's survival and crafting. They all have different things that will appeal to someone who enjoys what Minecraft does. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, I hope you have a good one.